Good morning. It's May 15th and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. The FDA has announced plans to phase out ingestible fluoride products which have been used to strengthen children's teeth. This decision follows an initiative led by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and has generated significant debate about fluoride's role in children's dental health. A scientific review of these fluoride products is set for completion by late October 2025. However, it remains uncertain whether a formal ban will be implemented. The American Dental Hygienists Association has expressed concerns that removing prescription fluoride could negatively impact children with limited access to dental care, highlighting its importance in cavity prevention. The FDA's decision is based on claims that ingested fluoride may disrupt the gut microbiome. Existing studies suggest that low doses of fluoride could be beneficial, indicating a need for further research. Meanwhile, the American Dental Association has stated that current studies do not demonstrate harmful effects from fluoride at recommended levels. Dr. Paul Casamassimo from the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry criticized the FDA's decision, asserting that it removes a critical treatment option deemed necessary by healthcare professionals. ADA President Brett Kessler warned that the removal of fluoride could adversely affect children's dental health, particularly in vulnerable communities. As some states begin to eliminate fluoride from water supplies, the demand for fluoride supplements is expected to rise, with Utah already banning fluoride in drinking water. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services plans to introduce new guidelines for children's dental care that prioritize maintaining gut health. Recent studies have linked high fluoride levels in drinking water to lower IQ scores in children, prompting calls for further investigation into fluoride's effects. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary expressed concerns that ingestible fluoride products may be associated with potential health risks, including thyroid disorders and decreased IQ. Coral reefs, which have suffered a staggering 50% decline since the mid-20th century, are now at a critical juncture due to climate change. Projections indicate that if global temperatures rise by just 1.5 degrees Celsius, we could see a further decline of 70 to 90%. These ecosystems are not just beautiful, they support a quarter of all marine species and play a vital role in protecting coastlines, as well as sustaining global fisheries and tourism. In response to this crisis, researchers have developed an innovative bioink called SNAPX. This new material significantly enhances coral larvae settlement by over 20 times, providing a promising avenue for coral reef restoration. The creation of SNAPX was inspired by the discovery that crustose coralline algae attract coral larvae through specific chemical signals. The ink mimics these signals by releasing similar metabolites into seawater. Testing has shown that Montipora capitata larvae are significantly more likely to settle on surfaces treated with SNAPX, with denser settlements observed at higher concentrations of the metabolites. Researchers propose deploying SNAPX in synchronization with coral spawning cycles to enhance natural recruitment, while also looking into variations of the formulation for different coral species. However, challenges remain in scaling the SNAPX technology, particularly in identifying and synthesizing the active molecules that attract larvae. The research team is currently focused on increasing the production of SNAPX, which is made from non-living materials, to enable its real-world application. This study, published in the journal Trends in Biotechnology, underscores the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration in environmental restoration efforts. Led by Dr. Daniel Wang-Prasert, the research emphasizes the need to combine marine biology with engineering to develop effective solutions for coral restoration. Funded by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency's REFENS program, if successful, SNAPX could enhance genetic diversity in coral populations, improving their resilience against diseases and climate challenges. Paleontologists have made a groundbreaking discovery with the unveiling of a new species, Mosura fentoni, a 506-million-year-old predator found in Canada's Burgess Shale. This finding challenges existing beliefs about early animal evolution and adds to our understanding of life's diversity during the Cambrian period. Known as the sea moth, Mosura fentoni measures 2.5 inches and features 3 eyes, spiny jointed claws, and swimming flaps. These unique adaptations highlight the diversity among early arthropods, although it's important to note that despite its nickname, Mosura is not closely related to moths. Its name references the fictional monster Mothra. The first specimen of Mosura was initially discovered by paleontologist Charles Walcott in 1909, with further specimens collected by researchers at the Royal Ontario Museum. The recent study involved 61 fossils primarily sourced from the Burgess Shale, a region renowned for its exceptional preservation of soft-bodied creatures. Dr. Joseph Moyshuk and his advisor, Dr. Jean-Bernard Caron, analyzed around 60 specimens, revealing well-preserved features, including digestive tracts and circulatory systems. Notably, the fossils indicate that Mosura possessed an open circulatory system, characterized by a heart that pumped blood into large internal cavities called lacunae. Researchers speculate that Mosura's segmented abdomen, lined with gills, may suggest specific habitat preferences or behaviors that required efficient respiration. Dr. Caron emphasizes the importance of radiodonts like Mosura in understanding the evolutionary traits of early arthropods, indicating a more complex evolutionary history than previously thought. The Burgess Shale, designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1980, continues to be a rich source of paleontological discoveries, managed by Parks Canada. A specimen of Mosura is set to be exhibited for the first time at the Manitoba Museum in Winnipeg in 2025, further showcasing the ongoing research in this critical area of study. The findings have been published in the Royal Society Open Science Journal, contributing significantly to the study of early arthropod evolution. A groundbreaking discovery has emerged from an international research team led by the University of Vienna and Helmholtz Institute for Pharmaceutical Research Saarland. They have identified a new glycopeptide antibiotic named Sarvienin A, sourced from actinobacteria found in a rare earth mine in China. Sarvienin A demonstrates significant antibacterial activity against resistant bacterial strains, particularly East Cape pathogens including vancomycin-resistant Enterococcus and methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, commonly known as MRSA. In laboratory tests, this novel antibiotic outperformed vancomycin against a diverse selection of 26 clinical isolates, indicating its potential as a new treatment option. The structure of Sarvienin A was elucidated using mass spectrometry and nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, revealing a unique composition with a halogenated peptide core and a chain of unusual sugar units. Importantly, it operates through an unconventional mechanism of action, which may allow it to effectively target bacteria that have never encountered such compounds before. The research team is now focused on optimizing Sarvienin A for clinical applications by reducing its cytotoxicity while maintaining its antibacterial efficacy through medicinal chemistry and biosynthetic engineering. This initiative is particularly critical given the rising threat of antibiotic-resistant infections, which could potentially result in 100 million deaths annually by 2050 if new antibiotics are not developed. The findings, published on May 14, 2025, in Angewandte Chemie International Edition, underline the urgency of exploring natural environments for new antibiotics as a strategy to combat the global issue of antimicrobial resistance. The initial identification of Sarvienin A's strong antibiotic activity by Jaime Felipe Guerrero Garzón has paved the way for further investigation, positioning this compound as a promising candidate in the fight against antibiotic resistance. Astronomers at the Keck Observatory have made a groundbreaking discovery by detecting cloud convection in the northern hemisphere of Titan, Saturn's moon. This finding significantly enhances our understanding of Titan's weather systems, particularly as the northern hemisphere is currently experiencing summer, a crucial period for the moon's lakes and seas. During this time, Titan is likely receiving occasional methane and ethane rain, which replenishes these liquid bodies. Titan has a nitrogen-rich atmosphere and weather systems that bear similarities to those on Earth, with clouds and rain composed of methane instead of water. Thomas Cornett from the European Space Agency noted that these recent observations provide insights into Titan's atmosphere that were not available during the previous Cassini-Huygens mission. The findings were published in the journal Nature Astronomy as part of a guaranteed time observations program led by NASA scientists aimed at enhancing our knowledge of the solar system. Looking ahead, NASA's Dragonfly mission, scheduled for 2034, aims to further explore Titan's surface and atmosphere, building on previous observations made by the Webb and Hubble telescopes. This discovery sheds light on the active chemical processes occurring on Titan, described by astrochemist Stephanie Millam as akin to watching a cake rise while baking. However, Titan faces a long-term challenge as methane in its atmosphere is gradually depleted, raising concerns about the potential for the Moon to become a mostly airless world without a replenishment source. The Twilight Zone program at Keck Observatory has enabled continuous monitoring of Titan's weather, especially during periods when standard observations were hindered by bright sky conditions. The study, led by Connor Nixon at NASA Goddard, utilized the Keck Observatory's imaging capabilities to observe the evolution of methane clouds near Titan's North Pole over several days. Additionally, the study marked a milestone by identifying the methyl radical CH3 in Titan's atmosphere, revealing dynamic chemical processes that enhance our understanding of its atmospheric chemistry. Future observations will focus on the evolution of Titan's weather patterns, particularly following the equinox in May 2025, as significant changes in its methane cycle are anticipated. This has been your Daily Brief in Science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.